Hello, welcome to our second AMA, Ask Microsoft Anything. Today, it's all about improving security posture management with Security Copilot, and I have Patrick with me. Patrick, welcome back. Tell us a little bit about you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me back on the show. Yeah, no, excited to be here. So I'm Patrick David. I'm a product manager focusing on Microsoft Purview and focusing on Security Copilot in Purview. And so we've had a lot of exciting announcements from Ignite and really excited about the video that we did this week. And then happy to be here to answer any questions that anyone might have.
So I think let's quickly summarize a little bit what was actually announced for those that might join us but have not already watched our episode. So what was the announcement and a little bit the content of the episode?
Yeah, no. So what we announced was a new solution in Microsoft Purview called Data Security Posture Management. And so this product kind of incorporates insider risk management, insider risk management, DLP, and information protection solutions, and kind of gives you a holistic view of what you have in your organization as far as your security posture around those solutions, right? So where's your data? Where's your data protected? What's not protected in your organization? And so this new solution kind of gives you that capability to have that view into what you have inside your organization. You can use it both if you've had been using Purview for a while, right, to understand what your current posture is in protecting that data, or if you're maybe new coming into Microsoft Purview and understanding, hey, what data is sitting out there that I don't have protected, and how do I go ahead and protect that? We also talked about several new Security Copilot capabilities that we announced at Ignite, and really building on the existing capabilities that we have and introducing some new ones there. So great episode to kind of go back and watch and see kind of all the highlights that we've got around that. So.
And remind me, the security posture management was, I don't know if I can frame it this way, but like a wrapper of three different solutions to present different insights. Is that correct? I want to lead to the first question that we got.
Yeah, no. So it was a new solution, right, that combines some analytics data from three different solutions. So understanding what data is out there in your organization, how that's being protected with data loss prevention policies, but then also integrating with insider risk management analytics to understand what users are doing with that data. So it's kind of combining for where you have to go to multiple products to get at this data into one single solution area that you can go and kind of get a holistic view of what you've got in your organization. So.
But do I need to have those DLP insights and the other one to then use security posture management, or is this a separate product that I get? And if I have these other insights, I have more data and insights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, to use the data security posture management, you need to have analytics turned on for
Mhm.
insider risk management and DLP, right? That's how we get and understand what you have in your organization based on that analytical data. Now, obviously, if you set up some DLP policies and we've got some enforcement going on, you're going to see how your organization is then being protected. And then similar
Okay.
with insider risk management, right? So if I've got some policies created in insider risk management, I'm going to start to see more data about what my users are doing, how that's being protected or not being protected, so that you can then go and use the recommendations, which is also part of the data security posture management, in order to kind of set up your policies to start protecting that data. So you do need to have analytics turned on, but you don't need to have the solutions fully deployed.
Okay, and that actually now brings me to the question that we got is what licenses are needed to use our nice acronym DSPM?
Yeah, so currently Data Security Posture Management, or DSPM, does require you to have E5 license or E5 compliance license. And the reason being, obviously, those three solutions that I talked about, especially the insider risk management solution, is only available at that E5 level. So that's why we need that in order to start seeing that data coming in and how your organization is using that. So.
Okay, someone probably knows more than I am and is asking, what is the difference between DSPM and DSPM for AI? We didn't talk about that, Patrick.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. So data security posture management is the one that we did talk about. And there's also a solution called data security posture management for AI. This was known as AI Hub. So for those that are familiar with the AI Hub, this was rebranded to data security posture management for AI. And understanding what is your security posture when it comes to AI capabilities. So that can be Microsoft 365 Copilot capabilities, that can be third-party capabilities, or even how those are being used in your organization and what users are doing with those. At the same time, having the ability to kind of protect those. So if we look at kind of the differences, really data security posture management for AI is focusing on those AI capabilities, where data security posture management is focusing on kind of your Exchange, OneDrive, SharePoint, and Teams data in your organization, and doing a focus on those. There is some integration with reports between the two. So as shown in the video, we do have reports in data security posture management to jump into the data security posture management for AI to understand, okay, what is my posture management when it comes to kind of those AI capabilities in my organization and how those are being used.
So, and then another question came in. So, what are the key features of data security posture management that help in identifying and mitigating data security risks?
Yeah. So what are the key features? Really are, first of all, helping you understand what data you have in your organization, what is sensitive in that data, and then what labels do you have, and do those labels have encryption associated with those to protect that data at rest. We also make some recommendations based on the activities that we see occurring in the organization, and help you create kind of some quick policies in order to get started with providing the right protection for those. So for example, we can create a quick policy, if you go back to the video, on how to create an insider risk management policy to protect, let's say, sensitive data, in the case maybe credit card numbers, for example. We also have quick policies in order on how to create DLP policies in order to start protecting that data. So we can really look to start using that to create the policies needed in order to start protecting our organization.
Okay, cool. I got a question. I'm not sure. Okay, good. Okay, so we will wait for the next question. In the meantime, so I think this is always a topic, and we touched a little bit in the show, but basically, how do you get started, and when do people start seeing some first, I don't know, risks or
Yeah.
recommendations or something like that?
Yeah, so let's start and take even a step back there. So we announced these at Ignite. Data security posture management is starting to roll out, right? So if you don't see it in your tenant today or in your organization, it's going to be coming soon, right? So yes, we're doing a staggered rollout, meaning we're slowly rolling this out to customers. We don't just roll out features worldwide right away. So this is coming. So first, be aware of that. Once you have the solution, as mentioned in the video, you need to go on and enable the analytics, right? So it's an opt-in to start using these analytics capabilities. once you do that, there's a few days lag before you start seeing this data start flowing in, right? Because we haven't turned this on before, that data is going to start coming in, and then you'll start seeing your reports, your analytics data with your organization. You'll start seeing those recommendations come in from that aspect. Some of the other features that we announced, especially around the security copilot ones, those have already started to roll out. So again, in a kind of wave fashion, right? So you'll start seeing those. So for example, the Copilot across the organization, right? So now we've got Copilot that is on the banner at the top. So integrating, if you have security Copilot SCUs or security compute units, right? You'll start seeing the ability to start interacting with Copilot across the Purview solutions there. So those are going to start rolling out. So be on the lookout, and probably in the next couple weeks or so, if you don't already see those, that you're going to start seeing these capabilities be available in your organization. So.
And then how to get people started?
Yeah, so how to get started, once you see the solution, especially for
You need to
data
turn
security.
on the analytics. That's what I
Yes,
remember.
you need to turn on analytics. I should probably talk a little bit about the permissions, right? So obviously with this, this is a pretty powerful solution, right? Like we're combining 3 different solution capabilities. So there is going to be a new role group that's going to be created, but there's also the ability, if you're a global admin or compliance admin, the ability to go and opt into this solution. So, but yes, that first step is turning on analytics. The folks that can do that, they need the proper roles in order to do that.
Okay, and then how long does it take to see something?
Yeah, so after analytics is turned on, you should start seeing data flow in about 3 to 5 days, depending on the amount of data. And then over time, it's going to continue to grow.
So you'd actually just talked about it, that it's being rolled out in phases. Someone was really hoping to play with it, or I would call it work with it, after Ignite, and that person still does not see it in their tenant. Anything they can do?
Unfortunately, you got to be a little patient. We are rolling this out. I can't say exactly when it's going to hit your tenant, but we are starting to roll these features out. So be patient. Within the next several weeks, you should start to see this.
Hopefully it will be a Christmas present in case you're like celebrating, or at least around the holidays.
Yes, around the holidays. We like to do that, wrap it up, and give gifts around this time. So hopefully we can
No,
deliver
I'm
on
sorry that you're still waiting. I know how this is when you're like, I wanna, and then you click and you check your tenant every day, and it's still not there. So please have patience. Do you have some examples on how you see people using Security Copilot today with Purview?
Yeah, so we've got so we've had a couple features out. So we didn't talk about this in the video, but we've for Security Copilot and Purview, we've actually GA'd the same time Security Copilot or Copilot for Security at the time was announced back in April. And over time, we've continued to enroll new capabilities within the Purview space around Security Copilot. And I'll say kind of the big areas that I see customers utilizing Security Copilot is one, the embedded scenarios, right? So if they're working at a DLP alert and they're wanting to get a summary of a particular alert or get additional information to quickly understand what that alert is about, they can use Security Copilot to summarize that information. So we have that available for DLP. We have that available for insider risk management. Again, insider risk management, that data that comes in there can be a lot of data to kind of process over. So Security Copilot can kind of help you summarize that real quickly to make a decision on whether or not you need to jump further into that alert, or you can maybe dismiss it. And if you need to jump further into it, kind of give you this high level understanding of what you have. The other area that we're seeing customers really utilize Security Copilot is with our natural language to keyword query language. So in eDiscovery, for example, when you're going to create an eDiscovery search, you have to use either the wizard to kind of go through, which can be time consuming, or you have to kind of know keyword query language, which is, while it's KQL, it's not Kusto query language that I think most security folks are aware of. So when you try and put in a Kusto query or something, that won't work, right? And so this feature actually takes natural language. So hey, go pull the emails for Patrick David for the last 10 days containing these words, right, into a language that eDiscovery will understand. So that's another scenario that we've really seen customers utilizing. And then I'll say kind of the third one that we've seen some usage from with customers is the cross-solution capabilities with the Security Copilot, especially the standalone experience, right? So if I'm doing an investigation or I'm hunting on something, I can use Security Copilot kind of be that single place that I go to where I can ask questions about Intune, about devices. I can ask Entra about users, or I can get maybe some additional information from Defender and then get some additional details from Purview. So it kind of runs as that kind of one-stop shop, and we've seen some good usage from there also as customers are utilizing it. So.
But today, in order to query other products such as Defender and Entra and stuff, you need to go back to the standalone experience.
That's correct. Yeah. So it's still the case. You need to go to that standalone experience that kind of is that mesh area that you go to where you can kind of query everything through the orchestrator. Yeah.
Okay. So whilst we're waiting for some questions, please, everyone, think about what you always wanted to know about this solution. I think you wanted to share also a couple of blog posts or links with our audience where they can learn more. What were these?
Yeah, so I think the first one that we wanted to talk about is we've been talking a lot about data security posture management. So we had a data security posture management blog that we announced at Ignite, right? So if you want to learn more about data security posture management, what it is, how to use it, we've got an aka.ms/DSPM blog that you can go to learn more information about this experience. And then we've also announced several new Security Copilot capabilities, right? And so we've got a blog on kind of all the announcements that we announced at Ignite, and I believe there were 6 of them across the different solutions in information protection and insider risk and eDiscovery. And then obviously Security Copilot on top of data security posture management. So we have a blog that kind of highlights all those capabilities from a Security Copilot standpoint also, if we want to throw that up. So
there was a comment, someone has said that there is no Kusto query language.
There's no Kusto query language where? Yes.
Didn't you say you don't use KQL?
We don't use, so in eDiscovery, we use keyword query language, which is also referred to as KQL, but it's a slightly different version of that. So yeah, we don't have Kusto.
Why is this, by the way? Is this because of what, I don't know, like any reason?
Yeah, so this goes back a bit to search in SharePoint. In SharePoint, we use the keyword query language, which is also then what we use for kind of eDiscovery. So it's been around for quite some time around the search capabilities within searching for documents and files. So it's been around for quite some time. Yeah.
But I know we have integrations with Defender XDR for insider risk management and DLP. So if someone has the Defender portal access and turns on that integration, there are tables to query at least IRM and DLP, and then they can use KQL.
Yes, then they can
The
use, yes,
Crusoe query
KQL.
language. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. The Crusoe query there, right? So that's a slightly different environment where we're searching. We're searching logs, right? Where in eDiscovery we're searching for data, right? Like what's in that data. And it's less about the logs when we're doing eDiscovery searches. It's about like understanding what the data, what's in that data. And so it's a slightly different language. Yeah.
Mm. So people out there, give us some questions. There's a question. How do you handle and minimize false positives?
Yeah.
Is this
So
something we can answer?
yeah, we can try and tackle this one. And so without knowing what product, right, I'm gonna talk about a couple different products that we usually see false positives in. And I think the two most common ones are well, there's probably three. But let's tackle kind of two, DLP and insider risk, that I think most folks are using. We also see this probably in communication compliance. Really with understanding the false positives, it's understanding why something is flagging as a false positive, right? Is it a noisy sensitive information type or noisy classifier that needs to maybe be fine-tuned? For example, maybe we need to add some additional context to that, right? So in the case of maybe we've built our own sensitive information types, we're looking at keywords, for example. With that, maybe we need some supporting keywords to go along with that to make those more of a kind of true positive. In the case of like insider risk management, what we see sometimes is it's not that they're false positives. Sometimes there's additional activities in the environment, I'll say, that aren't necessarily relevant to why you are doing or wanting to get an alert. So what I work with customers on that is like, hey, can we fine tune these with the exclusions that we have, with the additional capabilities that we have in that space, and focus on the activities that are really important. We have things like priority content that we can specify in there. So it'd be those would be the areas that I'd look at to kind of reduce some of those false positives that you're seeing in the organization. So
Mhm. Thank you. I hope this clarified a little bit the question. Um, we got another one. The person would love to see more reporting capabilities. In example, report of all accessed or exfiltrated data during an incident.
yeah,
Is that
so
something you can do with Defender integration?
yeah, I was gonna push a little bit of that. So I think we had an AMA yesterday, and we had a video on some of the Defender integration. So I think that would be a good place where you could go and do the kind of that additional hunting, the additional reporting capabilities that we have. So we've just to, for those that haven't seen that, we've done some integration recently. Again, another Ignite announcement around getting insider risk management. So we've already got DLP alerts flowing in there, but insider risk management and the activities flowing into Defender XDR, right? And so with those KQL queries, right, or the advanced hunting capabilities that we have over there, you can build some reports and dashboards based on an incident, right? Maybe you want to understand, hey, what was this incident about, and what was kind of those lineage things that occurred with that. So you can do some advanced hunting reporting there. Also, maybe this is a good time to do a push for our CCP community, right? Our customer connection program that we have. This is a great opportunity for folks to kind of join that, get some early insights on some of these features as they're coming out, and work with us on understanding what capabilities we should be working on, and give us early feedback on those capabilities we are working on. So I can't kind of share what we're working on unless you're part of that community, but this is a push to maybe get you to
Yeah.
join those communities. There's multiple communities out there, I think. So we obviously have Purview ones, we have Security Copilot ones, there's Defender ones. So whichever solutions you want to, I think it's a great place to kind of get into this. So
yeah, the link was aka.ms/join CCP for connection and customer connection program. And it's really, everybody can sign up for it. An NDA is required, of course, because we share really early product developments, invite you to participate in previews, which then, of course, allows us to get your feedback, how something should be developed, the direction, is it good, great discussion, surveys, there's a lot. So yes, please join. And but back to that question around those reports of all access. And so someone without Defender, is there something they can build on their own? Is there something they can do in the Purview world? Like, I'd love to have everyone to have Defender, obviously, but yeah, now let's talk to the data security analysts. They don't have Defender, maybe. So what can they do?
yeah, so if you've got insider risk management, it's probably a little bit more challenging, but you can also export kind of the activities out with a particular alert and build some dashboards that way. Again, trying to push the CC. There's some things in there that we can't publicly talk about that we are thinking about, and would love to get you kind of your insights on that piece. Yeah, and we do have some dashboards that we have in data security posture management. It's not based on an incident. It's more based on how an organization is kind of being protected overall, right? They're more high level reports than that. The other thing that we didn't touch on, and these again aren't necessarily reports or dashboards, but with the data security posture management and security copilot on top of that, we do have the ability for customers to kind of ask some more of those open-ended questions and dive in a little deeper and get some data from there that you can then kind of export out and build dashboards, right? Maybe it's something, as I mentioned in the video, maybe it's something like, hey, show me all the data exfiltration activities in my organization in the last 10 days, right? And then kind of digging into that on, hey, show me the data exfiltration activities in the last 10 days that contain Project Osibian labels, right? And so you can do that and kind of start your investigation or hunting in that way and kind of export that out also if you need to.
And we can ask Copilot, if people have it, to do that.
Yes.
And even, I don't know, make a graphic out of it. I mean, there is tons of new possibilities. Talking about Copilot, I think you also wanted to reference another blog post that someone wrote, but it's good to read.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was actually a joint effort between me and our marketing team. But we did release a new blog. And it's with all the Ignite announcements that we had with a security copilot in Purview, right? So we had 6 new announcements. This blog really touches on those announcements. And that's it's a great way to see kind of what's out there and kind of learn more about these. And so that AKA link is aka.ms/copilot in Purview Ignite News. So it's up there on the screen now. But that is a great resource that you have that you can kind of go and see kind of the Ignite News. There's also some links on there that dive in deeper to some of the Learn documentation for the different products, right? So there was e-discovery capabilities that were announced, and if you want to learn more about those and dive in deeper about those, that's kind of a single place you can go to learn about the different capabilities that were announced within Purview for Copilot. So
okay. Perfect. So, Patrick, there is no last question that we can talk about, but I would love for us to ask you if you have some final thoughts before we wrap this up.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, really excited about everything that was announced, especially the new solution that we announced, data security posture management. I think it is a huge opportunity for customers to kind of understand and start that journey, or if they've been on that journey with Purview, understand where they maybe still have some gaps or opportunities. So my thing to you would to everyone is kind of go and try out these capabilities. Even security Copilot ones. If you've got the ability to have security compute units in the organization, you can kind of go and get started with some of these capabilities as they start to roll out. And we'd love to continue to hear your feedback, right? Because that's what makes these products better. If you've got NDAs with Microsoft, join that DCP community, because I think that's a great way for you to kind of really shape the products as we're building them. So we're always open to that feedback. So.
Yes, exactly. Again, aka.ms/join CCP, which also allows you to interact with other customers and partners and so on, and share challenges that you might have and hear from peers. So it's a really, really great community, plus direct engagement with engineering and PG and our CXE team, which Patrick and I are from. So thank you, Patrick. My final thoughts are, if you did not watch the episode yet, please go to aka.ms/ninja show. And there you can find the recordings of the previous episodes, but also sign up and add them to your calendar, all the upcoming episodes. There is a few more coming this month. And if you have suggestions, you know, hopefully where you can find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, X, you name it, and send them my way. And with that, thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Patrick. And yeah, everyone, talk soon. Bye.
Thanks all.